Welcome all. Today I'm going to show you how to extract the TIA OPC data to the iFix Power Tool OPC Power Tool. You can go for the data monitor. I can show you the value is 33 and you can change the value right here. It is making it 45 and hit enter. Then I'm going to refresh this. You can see the values in the iFix OPC will be changing. So let's see how. Now let's connect the TIA port of Siemens S730 CPU in the simulation mode with the Ifix Scada. So I'm going to open one application that will be net to PLC Sim. Just want to add a new server. I have to add these connections first. I have to go for the network IP address, that will be our LAN address or our IP address of our computer, and that will be automatically detected. When we are using this PLC Sim IP address, make sure that the PLC Sim will be selected in our simulation mode. And now we have to get the IP address that will be this S730 CPU, that will be automatically detected, and hit OK. Then I have to start the server and you can see the status is running, and I'm going to close all these things and going to open the Ifix Scada. So I just want to search for the Ifix, and that will be I'm using the Ifix 5.8. And first thing, have to create a new SCO or the system configuration. It will be for the OPC connection. So open the Ifix SCO first. You can see this is the previous system configuration utility file, and I have to create my own new file, new. And you have to configure the SCADA first. First thing, you have to enable the SCADA, then don't have to change the database name, and leave it there, and you have to change it after some time. And the IO driver is one of the important things, the IO driver selection. The first thing, you have to select the OPC driver and add. Then also have to add the simulation driver. It's optional. If you are not using the simulation, you don't have to add this. And that's it. You can go hit the OK and click yes, because the database does not exist, and have to hit yes. That will be automatically corrected after some time. And then have to add the path. Have to create the path. I'm just creating a project, new project, that in the name of /ASK, any name, and have to click the change project and hit yes. And new project has been created in the name of local database picture. Everything has been created as something like that, and hit OK and create all, proceed. So that's we have created our path configuration. Next thing we have to do is the IO configuration. We can go to configure the SCADA, and inside this have to use the task. Have to select the task and have to search for the task first. First have to go for the task that will be workspace. Have to work on this. Have to open the workspace automatically. Have to select the workspace and open and add it. And also have to select the OPC. That's the most important thing. Have to add the OPC drivers. Have to type this OPC, and you can see OPC. That will be the OPC power tool that will be opening during the runtime. Add this, and also have to search once more OPC, and you will be getting the OPC driver. This the OPC driver that will be running when the signal is transmitting through the open platform communication. And also add this. That's it. Hit OK, and you will be getting the OPC and the simulation drivers connected. Next thing, you have to search for the database. Before that, I have to save the file and save it, and have to save it in the name inside the ASK local fix.su, or our name. I decided name as ASK. I'm selecting and save it. And next, then the PDB file. Double tap and the database, and I have to select the empty.pdb or change your name up to your desired name, and hit open and OK. And then very next thing, have to go for the startup and auto local startup. Inside the local startup, I have to select the configuration file as go to Prophecy Ifix. Inside the Prophecy Ifix, you can see the ASK file on the top, that will be alphabetic ASK, double tap, and inside the ASK that I have created, inside the local, you will be getting the ask.su that I have created just now, and hit open, then hit OK. That's it. We have just done all the steps and have to save it once again, then exit. Now we have configured the SCU, and once again we have to go for the start and open the iFix. And you can see the ASK will be the startup file. You can see the ASK for the startup file, and I'm going to run the iFix by clicking here, OPC iFix. And during the startup, that will take some time to start up or load up the OPC drivers like that. And I have to first thing have to connect this OPC server, and you can see that connection has been established between the OPC. And before that, making the OPC driver, have to minimize this and have to minimize all this SCADA workbench or the workstation, and have to minimize this SCADA main task also, and go to Kep server main. Have to use the Kep software, Kep server x6 configuration, and using this Kep, I'm going to create my own OPC server for the Ifix connection. Open the Kep, and you can see some things like add a new channel, and I'm going to add a new channel right here. A new channel has been created, and if you have any channels, have to go for new file and hit update. And now I can go to add a new channel, and selecting our channel as Siemens S7300. You can search for the alphabetics Siemens S7 or Siemens TCP or IP Ethernet. This will be I'm selecting Siemens TCP or IP Ethernet. Hit next. Channel 1, have name it as channel 1. Next, and network adapter will be default, and everything will be default, and have to hit next continuously and finish. We just created a channel for the Siemens communication, and I have to add a new device. Inside the Siemens communication, which device I have to add, and naming it as device 1, or I can name it as this S7300. S7300 I am naming it as 7300, and hit next, and selecting the model as S7300 also, hit next, and the IP address I am going to type. The IP address we are using inside this, we can go for the PLC net to sim. You can see the PLC sim address 192.168.0.1. that is the PLC sim address. That means that is the address or the communication IP address for the PLC, and we need the network address, that is the 192.168.0.2. that is the network address we are going to type here. .2, that is the network address, and hit next, and you can hit next again, next, everything will be default, and then we have to finish it. That's it. We just created our device, and inside the device, how many tags we have to add? Have to add the static tag first, have to name it as the tag, that will be one thing will be name it as 1, and the data address will be, I can type it as M0.0. You can see inside the simulation and the PLC software, you can see that will be M0.0. Inside the tags, you can see my first tag is M0.0 and MW2. This is the digital tag for me, and this will be the analog tag for me. And I'm going to hit here inside the Kep server, and I'm going to add the M0.0, and the data type will be default. I'm not choosing it as a default, I'm changing it to Boolean because it will be 1 and 0, on or off. So Boolean tag has been created. I have to add one more tag from here, that will be 2, I'm naming it as, and the address will be MW2. That's it. And the data type will be word, integer or word. I'm using the memory word. That's it. I just created 2 tags, and I have to check the connectivity. You can go for the OPC client. Open the OPC client. Inside the OPC client, you can see the channel 1 system or the channel 1 S7300. This is the system device that I have created just now, and you can see the S7300. The channel quality is good for 1 and 2. These are the two things, or the two tags, M0.0 and MW2. And the current value is 33 right here, and for the boolean value it is 0. You can, if you want to cross check, you can go for the PLC sim. The MW2 is 33 and MB000 is 0, and I am going to make it 1, and you can see the value is 1 now. If you want to change the value of 33, you can go to 45 and hit enter. We'll be getting the 45 value right here because the channel quality is pretty good. And I'm minimizing this, the Kepware server also, and now I'm going to the PLC main, and we can actually go to the Siemens, or we can actually go to the Ifix. Then I'm going to do the next thing is the IO configuration. Inside the IO drivers, you can go for the OPC connection. Have to double click on the OPC connection. While double clicking on the OPC, I have to hit the connect button, and connection has been established once again, and we'll be getting the pop-up code here. I just got 2, so I can choose 1, and have to use the first thing, have to add an OPC server. Have to add an OPC server and hit next, local OPC, and that will be automatically search for the total OPC that installed in on my PC, and I am using the Kepware server I am using, and hit finish. And Kepware, I got the Kepware server, and have to hit the enable button. Enable, then have to add new device. Okay, add a group, and once again have to enable this, and inside the group I have to add a device. Okay, or add an item. I'm adding my item as from browsing from the server. You can go for the Kepware. Inside the Kepware, my channel 1. Inside the channel 1, I just created the S7300 that will be automatically present here. And the first thing, the boolean tag, I had to add OK, and I'm getting my item 1, and I have to add one more item that will be browsing from the server, Kepware, channel 1, S7300, and the second item, and hit OK. That's it. I just got 2 items, and I have to enable all of them. I have to enable this and the second item also, and we just enable the both of the items. And if we have to start the OPC server, now it's started. If you want to go for the quality check, you can go for the statistics here. You can see the item 1 statistics, it is read and write, data quality is pretty good, and the server data type is boolean. And if you want to go for the data monitor, you can go here and change the data format into binary or digital. That will be 1111 represent, that is in the 1 condition. You can see my simulator is in the 1 condition. If you want to change it to the 0, making it 0 and make it refresh, you can see all the ones will be 0. Once again I am going to make it on and refresh. You can see all the 1 zeros will be 1. And I just close this, and I am going to check the quality for the item 2. You can go for the second channel or the second item, and I can go to the data monitor, and you can see that it is plus 45, and the format will be Word. It is now 45, and I am changing in the Word format into 67 or 69. You can see while refreshing you will be getting the 69 value. So I just fetch the OPC data from the PLC with respect to the OPC's power tool that will be inbuilt in the Ifix Scada. And the very next thing I am going to do, which will be adding to the database. That's it. That's how we are adding the database. You can go for the configuration again, and if you want to add it to the Ifix database. That's it. That's how we are adding the database file into the Ifix. It's pretty simple. Everyone can do that. If you have any doubts, you can ask, and thank you very much.